Craftingville Games episode. Today we're going to be crafting some tables and chairs for our dungeon using, yeah, you guessed it, that's right, the DMG Info's table making tutorial. I really like the method that he uses. It's quick, simple, and uses a lot of the materials that we have left over from other projects. Of course, I've been going down through the list and just pretty much building everything that he's done. But I'm going to put a little spin on it with this guy's videos. That's right, DM Scotty. He also has a table making tutorial, and I like the little round tables he did. So we're going to go to the table and we're going to get our craft on. Hey guys, and today I said we're going to make tables, so let's get to it, and chairs. And so we're going to take this and this and turn it into poof, haha. There we go. Tables and chairs done DMG Info and DM Scotty style with a little bit of tweaking. So let's take a look at the DMG Info tables. And forgive me if I'm not getting this just right. It's a little bit of a different camera angle so that I can get used to making better tutorials for you guys. So this is made exactly the way DMG Info does in his video. So there's no changes on that. And you get two of them out of that. And the chairs. These are exactly the same way he makes them in his video. There is two differences with this set. So instead of cutting it in half, I left it long. I did brace it in the center. So this way I have a nice long dining table. Okay. Other than that, that's the only difference with this table. And then these two chairs are a little bit different. They are actually built the same exact way, but instead of cutting the headpiece down, I left it all together, put another popsicle stick for the backing right here. Okay, so that gave some height to the back of the chair. And then I added an extra matchstick on the front to create a little bit higher support there, and then one on the side for an armrest. So I hope all this is coming in very well, and I'll get better the more I record things. So I've got two of those, so we have a head at each end of the table. Now this is all DMG style. The chairs for the round tables are DMGs. These, however, are inspired by DM Scotty's round tables. And the major difference is the tabletop is actually made out of popsicle sticks. And what I did was add 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them together. Okay? So you'll basically take 5 popsicle sticks. This is 3. And then 2 more. Add to it. Alright? And then you can cut 2 circles out of it. You can see I can fit one there, one there. So you'll get 2 tables out of the 5 popsicle sticks. Okay. Then what I did was I went underneath and braced it with some matchsticks. Okay. Now the post for the center table is actually 4 matchsticks glued together and make one large post. Then I took the ends of the popsicle sticks that I had cut off and glued them here like DM Scotty does on his. And the only difference between this and DM Scotty's is I didn't have a washer to put on the bottom. But I don't find any issue with it falling over because of the way the feet are. So yeah, that's that. Real easy, simple to do. Somebody made a comment about the paint scheme, that I should have stained it to keep the wood grain. The way I painted it, it does have a wood grain. It's very dark. It might be hard to see on camera. But I stained the bookshelves and the desks and did something similar with the doors. So I wanted to do something different because I don't want everything to be exactly done the same. Even if I did a dark stain, it would still be a stain. And these tables and chairs have been around for a while, so they've slightly discolored and things like that. So that's my reasoning for going ahead and painting the wood. But it's everyone's personal preference to how they paint them. DMG uses a yellowy brown method and then dry brushes a antique white color over the top of them, which really looks aged and nice. DM Scotty uses a burnt umber and then a cinnamon, I believe he dry brushes over the top of them. Now, there is something missing. What is it? What could it be? What's missing from all these tables? Let's go to my source of inspiration and see if we can't come up with something. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to show you where I find some of my inspiration. Not only is there the DM's Craft Forum, but you have YouTube, and I'm talking a plethora of crafters. You also have DM Scotty's Crafts and Games on Facebook. Excellent place, wonderful people, and very inspiring at the things they build. But when I'm in like a slump or anything, I like to refer back to DM Scotty and DMG. Usually gives me a little boost, and then I find new crafters all the time, and they inspire me to do other things or push the limits and the boundaries. I have been binge watching DMG and DM Scotty since I discovered their channels. So I did find a source of inspiration for the tables because they're very bare and not very exciting by themselves. So DM Scotty here has table settings for miniature tables, and I'm just going to hit play. And if you're wondering how I'm doing this, I'm using my Xbox. You can download the app, YouTube app, for free. I do have a smart TV that I can play it from, but I have more control with the Xbox than I do with the smart TV. So that's what I'm doing. Also, this is 3D, and it's fun to watch the DMG and DM Scotty in 3D, let me tell you. It gets a little crazy. So I'm going to go to my table, and I'm going to work on some stuff while I leave this up here and watch it, and see what I can come up with. Alright everyone, so now let's make some table settings to dress up our tables and make them look really nice. And for that we're going to need some cardstock, some Model Magic, and I buy it by the bucket here to save money. And it comes in various colors, but I don't really care about the color because it's going to get painted over. And we're going to need some beads, just like this. Might be hard to see. For the cups, and I have various I found these beads here at Walmart for $1. Got a whole bag of them, and they look like little vases, wine bottles, potion bottles, so we're going to use those. I have some random beads here that I can use to cap off that bottle, so we're going to use those. And obviously the essentials, hot glue, and a knife, and a pair of scissors, and other things like that. So let's make some food. Poof! Haha! Yeah, can't get no better than, easier than that, right? I wish. But this only took me a day to make, really. Maybe 2 days, because you gotta wait for the clay to dry. And then I put it all together and painted it in 1 day. So let's show you some of the cool things we got here. We have this turkey or chicken. I'll give you a little bit of a close-up on that. This thing is awesome. And it's all made with that air dry clay, that Model Magic, and then hot glued down to a piece of cardstock that's painted to be like a pewter silver platter. This is cool too. I really like how the breads came out. And again, it's just on a cardboard circle. the ham was really fun too. You know, I tried to pick like primitive meats and things like that. A lot of bread and wines and stuff that they would have. So this is just, you know, a basic serving kind of set. It's got mugs, 4 mugs on it. And this is just the beads that are painted up. And then this is that wooden bead. The center bottle there. Wooden bead with a bead from this bag glued on top to create some sort of lid, make it interesting. And I also did the same thing here, but to simulate like a clear bottle. You can see the wine through it. And then serving the wine with some bread. And then you can see there's a bead on top. I didn't bother to paint it because I thought it looked good. It could use probably a black wash to bring out a little bit more of the detail, but I think it looks fine just the way it is. Now this row here is all, it could be steak and some sort of greens. It could be any kind of meat you want it to be. Mutton, whatever they would serve in your tavern or inn or restaurant. You can see I've glued the cup to the plate as well. So this way you're not serving a plate and then a cup, and that's a lot of pieces to have to deal with. So this just makes it nice and all one. The meat is made from the air dry clay. The greens are DM Scotty's method of hot glue. And the cup is just the bead glued on to the cardstock. This, I wanted to do a chicken or turkey leg. Probably served tons in those days. And you can see I've got the cup here, and it could be creamy mashed potatoes or a gravy, or it could be anything served with it. So there we go for the turkey legs. Oh, and the turkey leg is made out of the air dry clay and the stuff. I didn't want to do greens again because I have it with the red meat. So I wanted to do something different, and I thought of mashed potatoes, but then it kind of came out a little bit creamier than I thought. So yeah, it could be gravy, whatever your imagination wants it to be. And then I did something a little different here, and I might make more of these in the future. Bangers and mash. It's a British dish, and I actually made the mashed potatoes this time out of the air dry clay. Just basically did a mound, squished it, and then pitted it with a tip of a knife. And then I just rolled out some pieces of clay, made a sausage or hot dog shape, and bada bing, bada boom. And the same thing, glued down to a piece of cardstock, painted silver, and we have a cup for them. Now, I do have individual mugs, which I have glued a piece of cardstock to the bottom, and then left the top open, painted, primed it black, and dry brushed it in the silver. This is nice, so if these big ones here take up a lot of room on the big table, so you could just put the cups in between, and I'll show you how I set that up. Or serve it with this here, so that what I usually do is like 2 people would order this kind of thing, and so you'd have a cup over here and a cup over here. But I'm going to show you that in just a moment. So let me clear the table here, and I'll bring out some tiles and show you how you could use this at the table. Okay, so for the first setting that we're going to do like a big feast type, and we'll just say that this is a dining room. I just grabbed kind of a random tile that would fit this table here. Alright, so the table in the center of the room. We got to get the high back chairs, the head table chairs. Alright, and then we're going to add in the other chairs. What's the fun of a craft if you can't play with it after, right? That's what I love about this. All right, so get the last 3 chairs in over here. Now this seats 8. So I mean, if you got a situation where they're having a big feast and maybe day before battle or something, or before they head out on a big quest, you know, this is how you go about it. So in the feast they have, let's say, a giant bird, turkey, goose, whatever, and they're going to load up on protein and carbs because they're going to be questing for quite a while. So let's throw in some ham there, and let's give them lots of bread. Okay. Now in situations like this back in the olden days, yeah, they had dishes, but a lot of times they would just eat with their hands. They would just rip it off what they wanted and just shoved it in their mouth. And of course that depends on the kingdom and the setting. So I'm taking the individual cups now because the table's pretty much covered. You're not going to get individual plates on there. And you could just place the individual cups, more or less for show, on the table. I think it adds just a little bit to the table, and it just looks nice. So I'm just adding a couple of the random cups here and there. You gotta have something to drink with your food. At least I always do. So that's one way you could set up this table. The other way, and let me just dump this off here. Oop. There we go. That's an easy way to clear the table. Alright, so the next would be to set up individual food, and the way we're going to do that is just go around the table and place food down. So, and this will fit all the plates that I built. I tested it out. I took lots of pictures and posted them on the DM's Craft forum last night, and boy, what a response you guys had. And I got a lot of requests to do a tutorial. So here's the deal. If you guys want a tutorial on how I made this food, then I want you to like the video, go down in the comments section below, and request a tutorial on how I made the food. And I'll throw in the cups and the plates and all that stuff because it's real simple, easy to do. So this is how you could set up a nice big meal for your players. Or let's say they're in a big castle or they're guests somewhere, and this would be a cool table in like a Dracula type setting where the character comes in and invites the people into this nice banquet, kind of a last meal sort of thing. So I love this table, but let's show you maybe a bar or tavern type of scenario. So I'm going to move this out of the way and go grab that. Okay, everyone, so we have this. This is obviously a really small tile for a tavern, but you'll get the idea. So we have this nice little tavern set up, and we've got multiple tables, so we can do multiple things in here. Let's say there's a nice couple over here, and they've ordered some wine and bread, and they're having a nice, you know, romantic dinner. So I'm going to put a little cup over here for him, and one over here for her. Boom. So there's a nice small setting. You could also do just a simple, everyone ordered the same thing, plop that down on the table, boom. You know, they all have drinks. And then if someone joins them, you can add a singular mug. Okay. Let's say there's a couple in there that are hungry from a long day of questing and they want to order some food. So they're going to get some food right there on their plate. Served. Let's get some bangers and mash over here. And you can see I'm just pulling random pieces of food. I mean, you could actually make it to whatever your place serves and actually have that. So you could do that. You could say, oh, well, you know, we're just going to eat light because we have a big day ahead of us. You know, we're just going to get some carbs and order some bread. Bread and beer go pretty well together back in the day. You know, so I'm going to throw a couple cups on here. There we go. One more cup. Gotta have 4 at the table. There. So there's a lot of different ways you could do this. Hell, you could even, all right, well, somebody ordered a freaking bird. You know, they're hungry. Even if it was just for one person, that would be hilarious, you know. So everyone else is like eating a normal portion meal, and maybe you got a barbarian Goliath who's really, really freaking hungry. So I mean, have fun with it. This is awesome. And it was a lot of fun to build all this stuff. It was really, really uber easy. It doesn't take a lot of room, even though, you know, spread out, it looks like it takes a lot of room, but it really doesn't. And I actually stored everything on these 2 tiles and was able to bring it all out at once. So, with that said, like I said, a lot of you requested that I do a tutorial on how to make this awesome food. So, in order to get a tutorial, I need at least 10 requests in the comment section below. Please like the video, because that always helps and, you know, motivates to do things. And I will be more than happy to show you exactly how I made the food. It's simple, it's easy, and it's a lot of fun. And it makes the tables look nice, so there's actually stuff there. Now, you could also go another way and do, like, if the goblins are eating, you just make a bunch of mess on the plates and throw that out there. And that would be how you would dress up, like, you know, a goblin table or who knows what else. So that is that, my friends. I know last time I said I was going to do rubble tiles and ruined passageways and stuff like that, but I decided to do something different because I needed the tables and chairs, and I knew it would take a little bit. Even though they're easy to build, it does take a little bit of time, especially if you do as many as I did. And I like variety and options, and I just thought that having a long dining room table would be really nice to have. I like the round tables, and the small rectangles are nice to put in tight small rooms. So that is it, my friends. Till next time, get your craft on.